Now, do not throw your chain away agad kasi we'll be using these again later as a reference point kung gaano kahabang, how many links ang kailangan natin na putulin doon sa ating new chain. So, first thing muna na gagawin natin is we're going to install our new sprocket. Just finger tight, hindi namin kailangan higpitan all the way. So, ito the sprocket. Put yung parang lock niya. We have to tap this back later. Pupukpukin natin siya to lock it in place. And we'll put back the nut. Just snug. We don't have to tighten. We have no way of tightening anymore. So guys, just a reminder: do not be tempted to tighten the front sprocket by putting the gear in, the transmission in gear. Putting the transmission in gear and putting all the torque doon sa nut na yan will encourage your transmission to commit suicide. So only use the rear brake on the tire. Do never ever use the transmission as yung kalso niya, kumbaga. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to put back our tire with its new sprocket. So guys, don't forget there's a spacer either side, and you have to put the bracket back to its place. Yan. Pasok. Pasok. Okay. Yung bolt. So now that we've put the tire back to its position with the spacers, just wiggle the tire until mapasok nyo yung bar niya. You can use a hammer for persuasion. Just tap it ever so gently. Do not force it. Oops, okay? Yan. So there. Tulak pa? Palo pa? And just tap it until the other side of the bolt lumabas na. Then, just return the nut to its position. So, now na nakabit natin yung nut, do not tighten it all the way kasi we still need the spacer, the adjuster to move para dun sa ating bagong chain. So, just leave it hand tight. Tapos, so now that we have the front sprocket installed and the rear tire with the new rear sprocket installed, it's time to put in our new chain. So, it's always important to make sure that pareho yan. If the size is 520 on the stock one, then you have to buy a 520 chain also. We have to position it side by side on the old chain and push everything down firmly. So nakita niyo po dito, pantay sila. Now from there, flatten it out, tapos sukatin natin how many links ang sobra doon sa dulo. Nakita niyo ang kadena ng motor, napakahaba. So, pupunta natin here. Yan. Makikita nyo na mas mahaba to ng ilang links. So, we have to cut the excess links off to be able for it to fit in sa sprocket natin na hindi makakalansing. Yan. Sige. So putol natin yan. Ito. Kasi hindi ito eh. Ito. Nabanat na to eh. So guys, ayan, pakita natin. Lapag mo siya. Let me show you lang na ang old chain, how an old chain stretches. So nakita niyo dito po, kahit pantay na yung kadena doon, over time mahaba. Pagdating dito, nakita niyo, nandito itong link, yung isang link mas maiksi oh. So this is an indicator na yung chain mo has stretched over time. So that means, yun nga, we have to puputol natin siya hanggang ditong link na to para gumanda ulit yung tension ng chain. So ayan guys, na lagay na natin yung kadena, nag-a-adjust na lang tayo ng yung adjuster niya sa rear sprocket. Now, may isa lang ako idadagdag guys. Pag nagkakabit tayo yung tulad na master link, pag ginakabit natin yung master link, always alalahanin nyo, yung close end is kung saan papunta yung drive. So nakita mo ito, yung close end nasa kanan kasi ang ikot ng kadena pag ganito. Huwag po natin ikakabit yan ng baliktad kasi may cases, paminsan, pag natamaan niya ng bato habang tumatakbo or something, kaya niya i-pop yung clip tapos pwedeng matanggal yung buong kadena nyo. So always remember, close end first kung saan papunta ang direksyon ng drive. So ayan guys, nakabit na natin ang kadena at ang bagong sprockets niya, front and rear. Now, before we tighten everything up and adjust everything up, ang gagawin po na natin is we'll first put on the rear brake. Tapos pagkabit ng rear brake, we'll torque down the front sprocket first. Tapos from there, we'll adjust the chain. Tapos we'll tighten the rear sprocket in the end para kompleto na ang trabaho natin. So let's finish this. Okay guys, nakabit na natin yung preno sa likod. Now yung front sprocket, we have to torque the bolts down to 125 Newton meters of torque. So, let's go! Have your buddy step on the brake. Subukan natin sa isang kamay. Torque natin to 125. Okay. So yan. Torque na ang ating front sprocket. Now, ang gagawin na natin is we'll adjust the chain slack. Pero before that, I think we can button up the front sprocket area first. So kabitan natin yung mga covers nito, then we'll just finish with the rear. One thing that I want to remind you guys pala pag, let's say, hindi mo may pasok yung chain mo, so you have to loosen the adjuster up, is to make sure na yung marks doon sa adjuster ng chain magkabilaan, dapat pantay. This will ensure na gitnang-gitna ang kain ng kadena mo and will avoid premature wear on your sprocket and your chain. So, pag nakita mo dito, yan, as you can see, ito yung marks natin. This is on the left side. And, pag tingnan mo sa kanan natin, here is yung marks sa right side, pantayan. So, always remember when you're aligning your chain to make sure that the timing marks are always right para humaba po yung buhay ng kadena natin. Now, the finishing touch, rear sprocket, 108 Newton meters. Kalsahan mo lang. More. Okay. And cutter pin na lang and we're done. So we have successfully replaced the front and rear sprocket as well as the chain on our Versys 650. Hopefully you guys learned something and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you haven't subscribed, do consider subscribing and also like and share the video. So if you want to see more of this, do comment them down below. And I hope to see you guys in the next video. Thanks and ride safe.